Hi, it's Cheryl. Welcome to Home Studio. Do you like to craft with napkins? I love to craft with napkins. If you do too, this video is for you. I have 7 ideas to share with you right now. And this is the first piece. And here is what you need to make this. I have an acorn from the Dollar Tree. The napkin is probably from Home Goods, but the Dollar Tree has napkins also. I do not use that bow. I have this leaf and acorn piece from the Dollar Tree, some Waverly antique wax, and this little grateful sign word, I couldn't find it, so I put hello on it instead. When I went to glue it, it got lost, and then after, of course, then I found it. But anyway, I'm just staining the front of this acorn pretty dark, not super dark, but I want it to be kind of medium. And then I just wipe off the excess stain here. And then I put another coat on it, wipe that off, and then I did the back as well. And now I'm taking some Mod Podge, and I am just going to put a coat just on the bottom of the acorn because I'm going to do something on the top. And now I removed all the plies from my napkin and I place it on the acorn where I want it. And I have some parchment paper here, and that's to protect the iron. And I have this little heat press or iron from Walmart, and I'm just pressing that on. So it reactivates, the Mod Podge has to be dry to do this, and it reactivates it, and it pushes all the wrinkles out of the napkin. It works like a charm. And then I cut off the excess, and then now I'm just removing it even further with this little finger sander. And the rotary stick helped me make a nice long cut on the top there to remove even more of the napkin. And now I'm taking some jute and I'm going to make a V across the entire top of this acorn. So a V and then an upside down V and so forth and so on. And a big thank you to all of my subscribers. I thank you for all your likes, your shares, your comments, and your support. And if you're not a subscriber, welcome to my channel. If you like content like this, as well as thrift flips, home decor, seasonal decor, budget-friendly ideas, press that subscribe button and the bell notification, and you won't miss out. Plus, it helps my channel grow, and I can share my ideas with other people that way. So I just took the wax and then I darkened the jute there just by painting it on, and now I'm taking the jute and I'm running it along the bottom there. And now I'm going to make a wavy line. I just thought it was kind of boring and it needed a little bit more, so I'm just making a wavy line on top. Make it look like more of a true acorn, I guess. And then I'm just painting again to just give it a little bit more darkness. And now I'm removing the acorns and the leaves and the beads and all that from this piece. And I am putting wax, Waverly wax, on the back of the leaf. And I ended up getting truffle out and painting them because the wax wasn't adhering to that. So yeah, so the truffle chalk paint is what I used and put a real thin layer on there. And then when they are dry, then I'm just taking this Rub and Buff in the color gold, and I have this little makeup sponge here, and I'm just putting it on the top of both of the acorns and then around the leaf. And then I'm gluing some jute on all 3 of these pieces, the leaf and both of the acorns, because I'm going to wrap it around the top of the acorn. And then I took hot glue and I took some super glue and I glued the acorn on there and then wrapped the jute around and glued it in the back. And now I have this little word, hello, like I said, I couldn't find Grateful, and and then of course when I was done with this project and I cleaned up, I found it. It was right there, but that's okay because I think the hello looks good too. And I did the same thing with the acorns. I just glued them on with some super glue and some hot glue. And then I just ran that string right around the back. And then I took those 2 beads from that piece that I cut apart and I just put them on some twine, and I'm making a knot for the hanger. And this is it. I really like this piece. It turned out better than what I thought it was going to. Okay, so for number 2, this is a shelf sitter, or it can be a tiered tray piece, and this is really simple. I have this house from the Dollar Tree, and I have some more of that napkin. And the Fall Vibes Only, I think I got it on clearance at Michael's last year. I have a little pumpkin from my stash and some raffia. And I'm just taking the Waverly Antique Wax and I'm putting a coat here and then wiping it off. And then I'm taking some Mod Podge and I'm putting a layer of that onto the house. And I'm taking this leftover napkin piece and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of trim it up, lay it on that house after the Mod Podge is dry. That's the trick. The Mod Podge has to be dry. And then I'm just going to iron it on just like I did in the first DIY. And you always want to make sure you get the edges really well with the heat press. And I'm just removing the excess pieces of the napkin here. Now I have this little pumpkin and I have a little X-Acto blade here and I'm just going to cut it in half. And I'm just trimming it with my scissors even further. And I'm gluing the stem back in the pumpkin, and I put a little raffia bow I had in my stash. I'm going to glue that up on top and then glue my pumpkin right on top of that. And then my little Fall Vibes Only wood piece here. And that's it for the second one. Super simple, super easy, and very budget friendly. And here's number 3, and this is really easy too. Here's what you need to make this. I have a different napkin. I love napkins. I collect them. Mod Podge. I have the pumpkin, the wooden pumpkin from the Dollar Tree. Some jute. I have another one of these bows. I pull them off like Dollar Tree pieces and I put them in a little bag and I use them when I can. And I have that blue wire basket from the Dollar Tree. And now we're just going to do the same process. Remove the plies, all of the plies from the napkin. Cut out a piece of the napkin and I'm just kind of putting it on there, looking how I want to put it on there as far as the design goes. And then Mod Podge that, let it dry, and then obviously put your napkin on, your parchment paper, and heat press it. And this is so easy. I'm just gonna put some twine in there and I'm going to tie it right onto that basket. And they have different wooden pieces at the Dollar Tree. They have an acorn, a squirrel, I don't remember what else, but they have a lot of different, a leaf, that would be cute too. And I'm just gonna put that little raffia bow up there, and that is it. Now you can put anything in here. I just put a bunch of pumpkins in here. Those are all from the Dollar Tree. You can put raffia on the bottom or moss on the bottom, and yeah, it's super cute. This can be seasonal too. You can put something else on the front, tie something else on the front, and then put, I don't know, apples in the basket or whatever, you know, whatever you like. Here's number 4. So I have this napkin. I'm just showing you, because this is all about napkins, I'm just showing you all the different napkins I have. And usually they're, like I said, they're from Marshall's and Home Goods, and I do have some from the Dollar Tree too. And I thought this one was gorgeous, the blue pumpkins. The wood piece is from Walmart, and it was like $1.50 or something. It's just a wood square. Dollar Tree sells them too. And now I have this water pen. It's a pen, you just put water in it. And after I cut out this pumpkin, I'm just going around it with the water. You can do this with a paintbrush too, just get it wet. And I'm just kind of tearing it apart. Same thing, put the napkin on, the parchment paper, press it out with a heat press. And this one, I have the makeup sponge, and I have the rub and buff in the color gold, and I'm just going around the perimeter of this wood piece with that, and a little bit on the pumpkin. And I have 2 tumbling tower blocks, and this is going to act as a stand. And that's it for this. See, I told you these are really easy. Anybody can do these. All these pieces turned out really nice. Number 5, this is kind of the same napkin. It goes together with the other plaque or shelf sitter, or it could be a tier tray piece. Both of these can be. This is a candle from the Dollar Tree. I'm just cutting out the pumpkin, and here I'm not going to tear it, I'm just going to cut it out. This is quick, so don't blink. You just take your blow dryer or whatever heat tool you want, and you got to go slow, but basically you're going to melt the wax, or the wax is going to melt, and then it will press the napkin right into the candle. So this is a flameless candle, so it's not a real candle, but yeah, it works like a charm. Just make sure you don't melt it too much. You got to kind of really watch it. But yeah, this turned out so pretty. And if you do this, I would always try it on a Dollar Tree candle. If you want to make one, try it on the Dollar Tree first before you buy another more expensive candle. And here's the next piece. So I have these candle holders from the Dollar Tree. I have 2 of the round ones and 1 of the taller one. And I have these napkins. And a couple emergency candles from the Dollar Tree. And you could put a tea light on top of that, but I put a pumpkin on top of mine, so that I was just showing you that is an option. I have 3 pumpkins, a taller one, and then 2 of the smaller ones. Some raffia, I use that orange, and that is from Hobby Lobby. And then I have these faceted gems from Hobby Lobby. It's a huge container for $13, and I use them a lot, and I'm going to use the orange ones. And some Mod Podge in Waverly chalk paint in the color ink or black. And I removed all of the stickers from all of the pumpkins. I just got it wet and then let it sit for 10 minutes, and then you can scrape it, and some sticky residue will be there. I just spray it again with water, and then the sticky stuff should come off, and if it doesn't, you could just use Goo Gone to get the rest of it off. And now I'm just sanding it down, because if you have these pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, you know they can be pretty rough. So I sanded them down really well. And of course, clean your mat and clean everything. Make sure that there's no little sanded pieces hanging around there. And after that, I just put Mod Podge on top of the pumpkins, all 3 of them. Remove the plies from the napkin, and same thing again. That's why I'm going really fast, because I know you guys know this. And this was kind of a bear, this napkin, to get apart. I struggled with it, and I even tore it, and yeah, I don't know why. Those plies were really kind of pressed together. But anyway, I got them all off, and then I'm just cutting these out again. And of course, Mod Podge is on all 3 of the pumpkins and dry. And then I did that to all 3. Remove the excess paper. And now I'm going to paint the sides of all 3 of them black. And then I'm going to, because you'll be able to see the back, I'm taking the Waverly Antique, and I'm just going to stain the back just ever so slightly. And now I have hot glue, and I have this super glue. It's a more quick setting super glue. I just put a ton of hot glue on here, and because this is metal and wood, it is not going to stick. So you have to right away get some of the super glue, or what, E6000, and put it on there, and then don't touch them, because they just kept falling apart, and so yeah, I had to let them sit overnight. And then I just took and made 3 raffia bows and put them on all 3, and then put a gem in the middle, as you can see here, on all 3 of them. And yeah, I love these pieces. I just put the little lights in there. Now, an option for these emergency lights is, and they are battery operated, is you could paint them, and then you could drip some hot glue on them and paint the hot glue in like a cream color, and it would look like they were melting. I might do that yet. I think that would be really pretty. Here's the next piece, and this is my last piece. And I believe these, correct me if I'm wrong, I think these are from the Dollar Tree. This piece is, so this is going to be a 2-sided piece. And this is from the Dollar Tree, this candle holder or wax melter or whatever it is. And I have a little tea candle from the Dollar Tree, and some ribbon, and some moss, and some Mod Podge. So I'm removing the sticker, and I'm just using my blow dryer to melt the glue. And again, removing the plies. Cutting that word thankful out because I might use that in another project, so I kind of save everything. And I'm just going around here with my water pen, and then I'm just tearing the sides here. And the same thing, throwing some Mod Podge on here. And when you do this, if you make this piece, make sure the Mod Podge is only on the front. If you get some on the side, wipe the Mod Podge off, because we don't want the napkin sticking on the side. Or you can, if you want. I mean, that would probably look very nice too. And of course the Mod Podge is dry, and then I did use the iron and sanded it. And now I'm going to take a little bit of this antique wax, and I'm just going to, wherever the edge of the ceramic piece and the pumpkin piece is, I'm just going to outline it. And that kind of blends the napkin right in, so you don't see the beginning and the end of the napkin. I'm just dabbing some of the excess off. And I'm going to throw some Mod Podge on top of this. If you make something like this, I wouldn't do it, because then what happened is it buckled, and it buckled the Mod Podge underneath it. Not a big deal, I just had to redo the iron trick. And so now I'm just taking some of this ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just putting it around the entire piece. And I'm just going to make a simple little bow here. I just wrap it around itself a couple times. So I believe there's 2 loops here that I'm making. And I just glue all that together, and then I glue it on the top of the pumpkin piece. And then I just have a little flower in my stash. I think it's one of these little Dollar Tree mums. And I'm going to glue that on top of that ribbon there. And that's it. Now you can leave it like this, and it can be a tiered tray piece or a shelf sitter. I really liked it like this because I really like that napkin. But I took it a step further, and I'm going to make like a little tea light candle out of it. So I took a little bit of moss, and I'm going to glue the moss in on both of the sides so the candle can sit in the middle. And I just take the moss and I kind of roll it. And now I have this little pumpkin from the Dollar Tree. It's one of these little brown ones. And there's a cream color one, orange one, you know, whichever you want if you make this piece, totally customizable. I used the brown one. And yeah, and then I took a little bit of moss and I put it up underneath that, and now it's 2-sided. So you have the grateful side, and then you have this side. Here is the entire shebang all together. I hope I've inspired you, and I will see you Saturday, September 21st for the Thrift Flip Road Trip collaboration. And you do not want to miss this one because we're doing a giveaway again. And I am going to give away a Dremel rotary toolkit. So my friends, I will see you Saturday. Have a blessed day. Bye.